What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid, coming at you with a Division video. That's right, not Destiny today, but The Division. The Division had its open beta this past weekend, and on Friday night I decided to go ahead and download the 26 gigabytes and play around with it. So I ended up playing it Saturday and Sunday for a little while, and what I want to do is just offer up my personal opinions from my playthrough of this game. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I didn't really look into anything about The Division before playing it. I mean, I knew about it, I obviously knew about it, but I didn't look up anything about it. I wanted all my experiences to be in this game. So I learned as I was going through this, as I'm sure many people will. Obviously, the hardcore players are going to go ahead and research everything they can, but there are a lot more players that are just going to jump into the game and see if they like it, or look up these YouTube videos or the Twitch streamers and see if they like what they're seeing. So you're getting all of this from somebody who is just learning as he goes through this. And I liked it. I did enjoy my time in The Division. I want to get that out there right now. I want to just put it out there that I did have fun in the game. So no matter what I say, whether you agree or disagree with whatever I'm talking about in this video, I did have a lot of fun. I played it Saturday, I played it Sunday, and I was having fun. I was wishing I could continue going on, but I couldn't. I will say though that calling this a beta, even an open beta, is a little disingenuous with the game being released in just a couple weeks on March 8th. This is as close to a gold copy of the game as you're going to get. I mean, this version of the game is already out and printed on discs. It's out there and printed on discs. I believe what Ubisoft was trying to do is just test just to make sure that their servers could handle it in case there were any game-breaking bugs, anything like that, anything to put into the day one patch, because otherwise everything that you're getting in the game is what you're going to be getting in the release, obviously at a much larger scale. And right now what you're actually seeing is some gameplay in the Darkness Zone, which is pretty much the crown jewel of The Division. This is where I think most players are going to be spending all their time, because they talk about the Darkness Zone. This is the place where you get all of your loot. All of your high-end loot is in the Darkness Zone. And what it is it's basically a jungle. It's a jungle where anybody that you see in the Darkness Zone is a potential threat. Whether it be an AI threat, or it may be just your other fellow scavengers out there that very well might shoot you. They very well might shoot you. So it is always a tense situation. But when you're not in the Darkness Zone, and you're in the PvE section, it is a car shooter, destruction shooter. Honestly, that's what I was doing when I was running around this other area. This PvE area, there were some missions, there were some other spots on the map to do other side missions and things, but what I had the most fun doing was just shooting the cars with my infinite ammo sidearm. It was really, really barren in the PvE arena. Really barren. Now that is obviously a problem. That's a pretty big problem. Obviously whenever the game is actually out, there will be more missions, but how long is it going to take you to get through those missions? A day? By the end of the week? By the end of the week, you're definitely going to be getting all of your missions done, I would assume. There are going to be players that have all of their missions done by the end of the week. And then what's left? It feels like it's going to be like patrols in Destiny, for those of you that are here obviously from my Destiny content. It would feel like patrols, and that's really not endgame content. So where is the PvE endgame content? I know there are people that are speculating raid-like activities or group-focused PvE activities, but are they going to actually be like raids, or are they just going to be like missions? You know, that I don't know. You're going to have to wait and see, I think, on that for PvE endgame content. Obviously, the PvP content is right here, right in the Darkness Zone. And it's a lot of fun. With teammates and buddies and friends, it is a lot of fun to run around and do stuff. These two people that we're shooting at right here, we were actually extracting. They came over to the extraction, they had their hands up, we didn't shoot at them or anything. They ended up taking up 2 of our 4 extraction slots, and we went to extract again, and they started shooting at us. So after we ended up extracting, we came over here to exact a little bit of revenge, and both of them died. So, Good Samaritans, check, and bad guys are dead. Sucks to be them, but we are rogue, and that is an aspect that is going to be going on a lot in the Darkness Zone. You're going to be rogue a lot, whether you intentionally do it or unintentionally do it with your turret, it is going to happen. And whenever you're rogue, you basically need to either get yourself enough kills where you go on a manhunt and then wait down that timer, or run around and wait out the timer as it is right now. And being rogue is fun. It gives you a lot more Darkness Zone points and credits, but it's obviously very dangerous because when you die, you lose your stuff in the Darkness Zone. So that is why it is going to be just a jungle out there. It's going to be a jungle, survival of the fittest in this zone, and if you're looking for a structured PvP aspect, you're really not going to find it here. You are not going to find it here. It's not going to be like Destiny and the Crucible, where you go in and know what you're getting from the PvP experience. But you know what? It also doesn't have to be. This game is fun on its own right. I mean, I know we're comparing it to Destiny a little bit because everybody wants to compare it to Destiny. Everybody thinks that it's going to be either a Destiny killer or run right alongside Destiny. And honestly, I don't see it. I don't see it in any aspect. This game can be fun and people can play it and people can still play Destiny and have fun. I'll be honest that I do get a little bit more satisfaction from actually my killing in Destiny. The gunplay in Destiny is obviously more visceral, and I think that comes from being a first-person shooter, but that doesn't mean that this stuff isn't fun. Whenever I found my SMGs, oh man, I loved it. SMGs just melt in this game. They're so fast rate of fire, they're strong, you can just hold on to the target. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And running around with 4 people in this, where it wasn't like a raid, but you were all together, and you were maybe branching out and doing things where you didn't have to be all grouped right together. You didn't have to be grouped together, but it was a good thing. That was a lot of fun, and that was different. So I definitely give this high marks for stuff like that. But I don't know that I'm actually going to be able to put the time into this game that it would deserve, and I don't know how long this game is going to go as far as this type of stuff, because it feels like it just feels like you're going to need something additional in this game. People talk about being bored to tears with Destiny, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on in Destiny all the time. Whether you want to just go into a Crucible match, whether you've got Iron Banner around, whether you want to raid Trials of Osiris, the various heroic strikes or vanguard strikes, the Nightfalls, there's a lot of different things that you can do in Destiny. And what is the Division going to have that's going to keep you coming back, especially whenever you hit that top level, that top tier, and you're maxed out? What are you going to be looking for? And that we don't know just yet. But the thing that I do like here in the Division is that you kind of create your own experience when you go into the Darkness Zone. I was running around it solo earlier, and I felt like I was trying to sneak around a little bit. Whenever extraction zones were coming up, I would just run into them when they had about 10 seconds left to put my stuff on the line and run out. Here, we were running around, we ended up finding some other groups or groups of players that were trying to shoot at us, and then we were killing them and running around and trying to hunt them down each time because you would recognize the name. So you kind of craft your own story here in the Darkness Zone, and that's a lot of fun. You can choose whether or not you're going to be a dick or you're going to be helpful. I had a guy whenever I was running solo, he ended up dying during his extraction, and I ran up to him, didn't know who he was, and I revived him, and afterwards, after we cleared out some of the enemies, he's over there waving to me and stuff because, you know, I helped him keep his gear and get his gear out of the Darkness Zone. So, you know, stuff like that is pretty cool, and obviously killing your fellow gamers is a lot of fun too, especially if they're trying to troll you, and I think that is definitely going to happen. But I am worried about the paying aspect of this game. I'm a little bit worried whenever I was looking at the gold edition last night, and I'll just put a little screenshot of the PlayStation Store, what it was talking about, and down towards the bottom, they're talking about that if you own the Season Pass, you're going to be getting special monthly perks that people without the Season Pass, they're just not able to get. So it's like, okay, you're going to purchase the Division, and then you're forced to purchase the DLC, or you're not going to get the same rewards, not going to have the same ability to get things as people that just purchased the game. And people talk in Destiny about how the emotes are a cash grab, and they are. They are a way to get money. And obviously game developers need to make money, but I'm always leery about selling power, or selling the ability to get power, and that worries me a lot. That worries me more than pretty much anything. But this game was a lot of fun. This beta was a lot of fun. If you played the beta, let me know what you think of it. If you pre-ordered the Division, are you going to keep your pre-order after playing the beta? What do you think? Anyway, guys and gals, Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily gaming content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your loot, your drops, your kills, and I'll see you around in The Division. Open Beta. Closed Sesame.